It's just it's been a minute. I figured I'd record something and just upload it, just to say hey, what's up. It is currently 7-ish o'clock. I can't look at what time it is, but we just finished bag day. I got the Post back Rice Krispie treat. It was a good back day. Today is the 5th day of being on my bulk, which is why we're always eating Rice Krispies, because they're good and they're high calorie. But yeah, it was good. I like the bulk. Has, like, on the one hand it's been great, and on the other hand it's been hell, because, like, oh, sorry. On the one hand, it's been like I've been able to lift more, like I can lift more weight, do more reps. On the other hand, it's just like physically, like, you just feel like crap all day long. Like, you're just like bloated, and you're like eating, because I'm at 3,200 calories a day, 3,200 or 3,300, and it's like, you know, you eat till you're full and then you keep eating and you're just like, I'm gonna die. So that's not very fun. But being able to lift more weight is also really cool. I did an exercise that I had never done before. I did like a lat pull down variation, where instead of doing like wide grip and then like lowering the weight as a drop set, I did like a wide grip, and then instead of dropping weight, you change form. So like I did wide grip and then close grip and then underhand grip, which that was awesome. But I saw that online and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it. It's awesome, but only as a drop set. If you tried to do that for like all your sets, like you tried to like bang out 6 of them wide grip and then 6 of them close grip and then 6 of them underhand grip, like you'd be cooked. If you were gonna do it that way, you'd have to go beneath your top set. You'd have to lower your weight quite a bit. But overall, not bad. I liked it. I started it as like my first set, and I was like, nope, we can't do that. We're not doing that. But yeah, good stuff. I've been kind of nursing this injury. I had a not a strained muscle in my abdomen a couple months ago, and I was almost completely better. And then I did like a heavy ass leg press, and when I did that heavy leg press, I re-aggravated the injury because I was bracing my core, and it did not feel good. So now I'm like, it actually hurt so bad. I was thinking about it, and I was like, am I gonna have to like, I might have to stop working out? And I was like, well, I can do isolation exercises, because anything that I don't have to brace my core for is fine. I may end up scrapping this video just because I think the road noise might be too much, but we'll have to see. But I was like, anything I can do without bracing my core, so basically no compound lifts is fine. Like, if it's just isolation exercises for certain muscles, it's fine. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm good. But on certain days, like legs and back, like, it's a little bit more difficult, just because it's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm just going to do like single arm rows. I'm just going to do like just leg extensions or whatever. But I'm figuring it out. Probably for the rest of the year, until January at least, maybe longer, I'm probably going to be on isolation exercises only. No more compound lifts. Just trying to get this better, because I thought I was better, but apparently I'm not. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, like, am I going to have to go on LOA at work? Because at work, like, you know, I've been doing a lot more stuff. I've been working in the warehouse a lot, and you got to pick stuff up, and it's heavy. You know, you got to like sit and pick up an item that's like 100 pounds over and over again. And I'm like, that can't be good, because I brace my core. You know, I lift with my legs. So it's like, I don't know if I can do that. I might have to tell them, like, hey, I'm out. But then I found out one of our cashiers just put in his 2-week notice, like, he's quitting. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I'm just going to work the cash register since he's leaving for the rest of the year. And they were like, okay. And I didn't tell them like, oh, and I have an injury. But I was like, yeah, I'll just be out. I'll be front of house. Don't worry about putting me in the back. And they were like, okay. I was like, all right. So I may still have to work in the back some, but we'll just try to take it easy. The other day it was hurting so bad, dude. I came out and my boss was like, my boss is super insensitive. He's not empathetic. He doesn't care. But he looked at me and he was like, bro, like, are you good? And I was like, yeah, I'll be all right. Because he must have noticed like the look on my face. I was like I was dying because it was hurting. But I don't know. Might just treat it with Tylenol and just kind of call it a day. I don't know. We'll have to see. But another funny story about my boss. I was at work and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, like, because every weekend, every Monday morning, he comes in, it's like after the weekend, and he's like, yeah, this weekend we made white bean chili chicken, or, you know, deep breast smoked barbecue ribs or whatever. And, you know, yesterday, Monday, he comes in, he's like, yeah, man, I made this fantastic, like, pulled pork and beans. I smoked it on the grill for 14 hours. He was like, it was amazing. And I was like, okay. And the thing about him is that he always tells me about it, but he never brings any. It's not like he's going to share. He's just telling me. And he was like, yeah, he's like, there was none left. And I was like, okay, yeah. And he was like, I actually thought, like, I should bring you guys some. Like, you boys, I'll bring you some. And I asked my wife, like, can you set aside some? But by the time I asked, it was all gone. He was like, my niece, she's like 13. She had 10 pulled pork tacos. I was like, dang, all right, girl can eat. Like, so no pulled pork for me and the boys at work, but we've gotten through to him. Because I've told him before, like, hey man, how are you gonna just sit here and tell me about all these things you're making and you're not finna share? Like, how, like, that's not fair. What's that all about? So at least we're getting through to him a little bit. But I believe that I have returned to the neighborhood during school traffic. If you do not know, I live in a neighborhood that is right next to an elementary school. Oh yeah, looks like I have. So we might, this episode might be long, while I just try to get to my house. But yeah, eventually I'd like to probably get some kind of mount for the car that lets me have it vertical, or sorry, not vertical. This is vertical. I want it horizontal so that when I upload it, it looks better. But for now, it's just going to be vertical. And I'm also probably going to try to figure out a better audio solution, because I am confident that this audio is going to be straight dog shit. So we will have to see. But yeah, there's children crossing the street, so I gotta stop. But yeah, no, good workout, good bulk so far. It's probably the most successful I've been at bulking, because the last time I tried to bulk, well, I tried to bulk, you know, when I was a teenager. I just wasn't consistent. I tried to bulk earlier this year, but I had that colon infection and, you know, lost 15 pounds instead of gaining anything, so that kind of sucked. So now that we're back up to working weight, hello crossing guard. Now that we're back up to working weight and we're back up to, like, where I'm not suffering from that, I can kind of start bulking again. Although now I'm suffering from having a side stitch, or strained muscle in my abdomen, which is really killing me. So either way, we're just constantly losing. It's just an uphill battle, but I guess this is the beginning of trying again. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi, because I feel like we haven't really talked much, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to talk, because today I gotta go to work, and I have to do a closing shift, so I gotta be at work from like noon to 8, And then after that, I gotta be, or actually before that, I gotta go with my dad to the dump if he hasn't already left. Looks like he hasn't. So I'm gonna have to help him with that, and then I'm gonna have to go to work. And then it's like tomorrow I have off, so tomorrow is leg day again. So probably get another car video tomorrow, if not sooner. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm home now. So bye.